First of all, Alex, you and I are old enough to remember in 1994, the first time Republicans took Congress in 40 years. Everything's going to be different. Very little was different.
Contract on America.
Otherwise, except for a balanced budget, very few things were different. So I disagree a little bit. If there's going to be a red wave in 2022, that's going to save America.
Yeah.
That said, hold on.
I agree with you, Malice.
Of course,
100%.
thank you. But can
how do we
I?
make the red wave be for us?
Alex, 1 second.
Michael.
My point is, the victory is not going to come as a consequence of government and elections. Victory is going to come once people realize that it's all a bunch of crap and all of this authority and nonsense is illegitimate at its core.
I agree.
Did you ever comply? Because you mentioned you never complied.
I didn't have to
COVID.
because I was working at Compound Media. I had my so I was classified as a whatever important worker, whatever essential worker, and I didn't do the lockdown for 1 minute.
Yeah.
I did the 2 weeks, and then I feel like an idiot for it.
I mean, change is going to happen when people take personal responsibility for themselves. When they start taking their own lives.
Lou, you got to talk straight into the mic.
Yeah, it's just hard because it keeps blocking my face here. But when people start taking their own lives into their own hands and start making decisions for their families, for their communities, for their neighborhoods on a local level, that's when things will change dramatically, and they can change at a moment because the whole system is based on an illusion.
Can I just
It's
say
all
one
based
thing?
on a lie.
Always best
And once
to
that
stand
lie,
up.
once that lie is eviscerated, then and only then do the establishment lose all power, and the people actually do stand up and actually do make a big key difference by just asserting themselves as free, sovereign human beings.
And here's the model. The model is gun right laws. If you're looking at Washington, it's going to be a wash. There, if you go to the Wikipedia and look at the gun right laws in America page, there is a GIF that goes year by year in terms
We showed
of
it just like last week.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we were looking at
where,
it.
Where it goes from no one has gun licenses to may issue to shall issue to not
So
even having a license,
encouraging.
and then state by state it overwhelmingly
Okay,
changed.
so-
Oh, Alex, let me finish.
You've been talking continually.
This is
You
interesting.
said 10 minutes, Alex. This is the GIF.
A lot of those
So-
middle states.
Exactly. And the other thing is, this is the model that's going to happen. What's going to save America is when this happens with regards to education. As the money goes to funding students instead of funding systems, and you get kids out of government schools, which are literal prisons for children, and the only place many people experience violence in their lifetimes, the cathedral is ruined. Because all you need is 10% of the population to realize that this is all a lie.
Just look at this map and watch as all of the shall issues turn green, which is constitutional carry, unrestricted right to bear arms.
Can you explain what the colors are? It might be hard to read.
So this
Tim.
is so it's going to start over in a second. In 1986, no issue, meaning these states, all the states that are in red, which is a large amount, will not give you concealed carry.
Watch how they flip
In the
green.
yellow ones, they might. The blue ones, as they're now expanding, are ordered. They must give you a concealed carry if you apply. You can see here, this is, I think, this is Vermont, right? That's an unrestricted. Alaska, unrestricted. Now, starting around the mid-2000s, the late 2000s, we start seeing the rise. Okay, 2010, constitutional carry starts. States are now enacting laws that say you don't need a permit, you don't need to apply. The Constitution says you have a right to keep and bear arms. Texas just got this. This is crazy. Texas, actually, you take a license, you get an exam and a handgun license. Now in Texas, it's constitutional carry.
Freedom is
winning.
a chain reaction.
Yeah.
It could
Yes.
be a coincidence that a bunch of those red states in the middle are now green. A bunch of the no issues are now unrestricted.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Colorado too, yeah.
Southern states said we will not give you a concealed carry permit. Now they're like, you can do whatever you want. We're not even going to ask you.
Now,
Freedom is contagious.
It should also. I think the chart is also going to be the same way when it comes to homeschooling, because we're seeing
Yes.
a huge rise of people saying this indoctrination center, this Rockefeller-created education center, is something that's destroying my child's flame. My child's life is being destroyed by this indoctrination, by this hate.
And
that
by
they're
the way,
teaching them
Luke.
from the beginning.
By the way, Luke, it's almost over the top. Like they're trying to cause a populace uprising.
Yes.
Everything they're like, what is? It's so ridiculous.
And here's the thing, Alex. It doesn't matter where a parent stands politically. You go on TikTok and you see these educational professionals running their mouths. You're gonna think, I don't know what this is, but I don't want this person near my kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was
I
a
think-
university professor today making arguments.
Pedophilia.
I was going to say that, but now we're saying it. He was
Now we're
making
saying it.
excuses for pedophilia as a university professor in sociology, making a video publicly, not afraid to say, hey, pedophiles are just, minor attracted persons. No, they're not. They're pedophiles. They need to be called out for what they are. And trying to normalize this culturally is having a huge backlash. And they've been doing this in Loudoun County, but they've been doing this in counties all throughout the United
What do
States.
you
South
make